Beautiful indeed. Okay. Businesses going wrong with customer service, and which is the worst industry for it? Well, a global study by analysts Overman Verint shows that banks are the worst performers, with just 24% of customers believing they provide good customer service. There's a lot more on this. Let's find out. Rachel Lane is the director, voice of the customer analytics at Verint, and joins us. Rachel, great to have you in the studio with us. This is really interesting. This is a global study that's given us an insight into what people around the world value or see as the most, the biggest values that they hold to them when dealing with a company, whether it be online or face to face. And they're pretty basic, aren't they, these values?
Yeah, they are pretty basic. Basic as they are, though, frequently brands will let them down, as we well know, but typically they're looking for to be able to transact and engage with an organisation quickly, easily, at a point when they want to, when it's convenient to them. But also they want brands to know them a little bit. They want them to know their history with them as well. Well,
some loyalty, to highlight the loyalty. But it's interesting because 80, and correct me if I'm wrong, 81% of those surveyed, and again, we're talking about people, consumers in countries UK, US, Germany, Poland, France, Netherlands, New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, so pretty global coverage. 81% just want their question answered. Is that right?
Absolutely right. And the issue that we've got across all sectors at the moment is that because customers engage with them across many different channels, they're expecting the same level of service as if they were having an experience on a one-to-one basis. So that's a challenge for businesses. Businesses need to really gear up across all of their channels, whether it's social media, whether it's in the bank's case in branch, but particularly in contact centres as well. Very important. Customers hate being caught in queues. They don't like IVR systems. So it's really for organisations to be able to join those dots together to enable the customer to transact and engage across all of those channels quickly and easily.
And I'll pick up on that in a second. I just want to ask you quickly about the banks, and I'm just wondering, banks rate the worst off the back of this survey, and whether that's face-to-face or online, I'm not too sure, but certainly probably face-to-face. But I'm just wondering, have banks... There's lots of stories in the UK and Australia that over the years, that we as consumers and bank customers, we hate to change banks. We think it's awfully difficult and a pain in the neck to change the bank. And I'm wondering, do banks they know that, and then they're like, we don't really need to be that good with customer service. I'm just throwing that out there.
I think perhaps at some point in time, but those days are gone now. They really are. And banks are investing heavily in technology to enable them to really analyse engagements that they're having with customers. And the problem with banks, of course, is that they've been slow to react over the years, and the consumers have picked up on this. The reason why it's so important that banks get it right is because we transact with banks on a daily basis. They're like our best friend from a business perspective. It's important to us that they get every transaction and engagement with us quick, easy, and really in a very professional and friendly way to build our trust. In about 20 seconds, because we've got social media, it's easy to get on there and bag a company. Have we seen an improvement, with the advent of the internet, etc., and certainly the last few years? Have we seen it? I'll tell you what we've seen, Aaron. We've seen a whole host of transactions and engagements going across social media that require very fast responses. And over the last 6 months particularly, organisations have got to grips with that. But we will use companies now on social media to vent, and we will use them also to praise them as well. Okay, Rachel, I've got to wrap it up. I've got more questions. We'll talk later, but thank you, Rachel, from Verint there. Okay, follow me on Twitter, tweet me, I'll tweet you back, and get me a